Hi Scouts, this is Miss Becky.
Hi Scouts, this is Miss Monica.
Hi Scouts, it's Miss Rosie.
Alrighty Scouts, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with our flag ceremony. So I'm going to have my two helpers, Miss Becky and Miss Rosie, help me by holding my Cub Scouts flag and my American flag. Miss Becky, Cub Scouts, Miss Rosie. Alrighty Scouts, so everyone please stand. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our Scout salute and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, awesome. Scout sign. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say our Scout oath together. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Awesome, Scouts. Good job. Perfect. You guys can take a seat.
Our word of the day today is trustworthy. Trustworthy. It means a Scout can tell the truth and keep his promises. People can depend on them. So, trustworthy means that if I have my markers and you want to borrow them, if I say, okay, go ahead, but you don't bring me back my markers in the same way that I gave them to you, like if they're all messed up or you dried them out because you didn't close the top right, then I'm not really going to be able to trust you with my markers the next time, right? So being trustworthy means that when you borrow stuff or you keep your word with people, then they're willing to do it over and over again because they're not going to want to do that with you if you can't keep your word or keep your promises, right? So what is our word again today? Trustworthy.
Hi Scouts, today we're going to be learning about tools and how to use them safely. I have a toolbox right here and we have some safety items in there. And the purpose of them is obviously to keep us safe. We have some gloves that we put on. I use gloves not just for when I'm using my tools, but also in the garden. I use the tools in the garden to protect your hands, getting splinters and stuff like that. This is another very important one. I'm gonna put these on. Look how cool I look. Oh my God, it don't fit my head. There you go. These are to protect your eyes. Obviously, when you're drilling stuff, little things popping out, you protect your eyes from different things that you're working with. These, I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them right there? Those are to protect your ears. It's very important when you're working with them, you do use them. Do not take for granted that it's not gonna happen. You can easily, when I'm getting one of the screws and trying to do this, you can easily move it, and if you have your hand right there, there goes your cut finger. Especially when you're using saws and stuff like that, drilling, you need to use your gloves and you need to protect your eyes. And pliers. These are good to, I'm going to show you how to do this one. This is actually a little locking mechanism that you'll see in most of the screen porches. If you would need to take this one out, you could do two different ways. This one, for your pliers, and just remember turning it around. Or if you didn't have one and you had a lot of space, you could actually just use one of these and twist it around like this. Okay. Let's put that back in there. How to use one of your screwdrivers. Like I said, there's a flathead and there's a Phillips. If you see, this is actually supposed to be a little shelf that you would use at home, maybe for your books or for some frames. To take it off, you would put the screwdriver in and you would twist it. And lefty loosey, It's a normal term that everybody knows. So to loosen it up, you would go on the left side. Just have to be sturdy. Sometimes you have to put a little bit of pressure on it at the beginning just to keep it there. Some of the tools now, I don't think this one is one of them, some of them actually have a little magnet at the tip. Oh, I think this one does. It's a very light magnet, and they'll kind of, so the screw can stay on there. It's pretty cool. I'm kind of at a weird angle, let's see. So I'm taking off my shelf, loosening them up. Now when you put a shelf up, it's very important that you put a shelf, because obviously a shelf is going to be bigger than this at your house. So it's very important that you find the studs on your wall, and you can get a device that finds the studs, and once you do that, you'll find the studs, and that's where you will place the screwdrivers on there, because you need that wood behind your wall. You need those woods in order for your shelf to be sturdy. Or this, what we were working on earlier, I use this. I actually have chickens, or I used to have chickens. I use these locks a lot on my chicken coop. And so that's why this is, for me, the most difficult one to get leveled on. So just make sure you have to get these leveled and straight, or else your door will not lock.
All right, Scouts, so I know you guys did the Build It with Miss Becky. So I know a lot of us don't have those tools available to us at home, so we're gonna build something a little bit different, okay? But we're gonna build a phone holder, okay? We're gonna do it out of popsicle sticks. So I know majority of you guys have cell phones because that's our lifestyle, right? The digital world. And you can easily place your phone on here to watch a movie. If you want to, you can also turn it sideways to where it can even be where you can watch your favorite streaming or favorite apps that you guys like to do. So we're gonna go ahead and build one of these. So the way we're gonna do it is that we're gonna use popsicle sticks. I have multiple color popsicle sticks because color is fun, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sticks. And because I have wood glue, you can easily get it at your supermarket. But if you want to use regular Elmer's glue, that's fine too. I prefer wood glue because it dries a little bit quicker and it's easier to work with, especially with sticks. All right, so let's get started. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build our frame first, which is the sides. So because I love colors, we're gonna color code it. I'm going to do my 2 red and 2 yellow. And the way we're gonna measure this is that I'm gonna use my 2 green, a green and a red, because that's where we're gonna use to put our phone. So we're going to make a triangle and we're gonna put it right behind it so that way you can see. And then we're going to put our red as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and glue these, and that way they can stay. You're only gonna use a little bit of glue. There's no need to use a lot. If I can open it. Blooper. I think I got my top stuck. Maybe. Oh no, I didn't. It was just too small. Okay, so with this, you only need a little bit of glue. And that way you can see your angle and which way it's gonna go. So you're gonna do the same thing for the other sides. Best thing about Movie Magic is that I already have some prepped. So now that I have them dried, I have my red and I have my blue. So we're gonna make sure when we put them together, we have our longer side sticking out because that's where we're gonna put our red and green sticks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on one side, and I'm gonna connect it. Now remember, when I glued these, I glued them to where my long side is both in the inside. So that way they were the opposites. So when I glue them together, they're gonna be touching each other and they wouldn't be opposites like this with the gap. Because if we add a gap, then we're gonna have glue running all over the place. So I did have a black piece of paper here because if I make a mess, it's easy for me to clean up. So same thing with our glue. We're gonna put just a little bit along the line so that way it doesn't drip. And then with my side that's in the inside, we're gonna go ahead and grab some glue from that side and hold it together. That way they connect and we're good to go. Now remember, if you're gonna glue it, don't have it too wide because you need to be able to put your popsicle sticks. So while that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and use my 2 green sticks, because if you notice on our one that's already made, our green is stacked up 1 stick higher because that's where your phone is going to gridlock in there, so that way it's gonna grip it, right? That way it doesn't slide off. So let's go ahead and glue our 2 green sticks. Same thing, just a little bit of glue. That way it doesn't overflow everywhere. And then you can easily put the other one right on top, squeeze it and hold it. You might have a little bit of glue squeeze up, but that's okay. Because when it dries, you won't even tell that it's there. So you squeeze, you hold, and we're gonna let that dry. While that dries, I'm gonna turn this around. And you are going to start with your red stick. Since your red stick is a single, we're gonna put that one first because that's what the stick that your phone's gonna sit on. So we can put a little bit of glue right here on the yellow. That way our red stick can go ahead and glue it there. Now if it drips, that's okay, because we got our paper to cover. So we're gonna glue our red stick, try to put it evenly, so that way whenever we put our device on it, it won't be lopsided. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and put our double green. We're gonna same thing, put some more glue on the yellow. Air bubble. Right here. So that way our green sticks will stay. Now I am using wood glue again. It does dry a little bit faster, so that's why mine's able to stay together pretty quick. So we put it right next to it, and that way you can see where it has this pocket right here that you can easily put your device on. And then it catches the green, so that way it doesn't fall off. So I'm gonna let this completely dry, but I am gonna show you an original one. So when we put our device on it, you'll see where it goes behind the green and just leans back. So that way your hand's free, and then you're able to use your device and do something else with your hands if you want, right? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was something easy to do, something simple. If you don't have any tools to use, I know like Miss Becky was using hammers and nails and screws and any additional tools that you would find in the toolbox. But this is something simple and easy, and that we can use at home. All right, thanks for joining me.